My name is Wesley Heuler. I am the third generation owner operator of Irvine Lanes in sunny Irvine, California, though not so sunny right now. We have been around since I think 1980, incorporated, and been here, been part of back in the 80s. There was not a whole lot here, a lot of farmland, a lot of the rest of Orange County, which was not a lot going on. As time has gone on, we have watched the county grow, and especially Irvine. Irvine is, I think, in the top three population-wise in Orange County now. We've got 300 and something thousand people.
Wow.
For what used to be considered a small city. So we're doing fine that wise. Our demographics, we have a lot of students. UCI is right on the corner. We have a lot of families, and we've just sort of watched the center change over the time. In the 80s and 90s, and even in the early 2000s, we had a lot of league play, and nowadays it's less of that. So as we've gone on, we've been very diligent with how we operate. We've changed and kind of slimmed down and gotten more efficient and better at it. It just takes time and experience, but we're doing pretty well these days. We're happy to do it. We have great employees, we have great staff to help us along the way, and a lot of experience, a lot of institutional knowledge to help. So that's a little bit of who we are.
Yeah. So you said you're third generation, so you're picking it up. I guess if you put in 50 years or so, almost 50 years of work, you learn a thing along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the challenge and the benefit, I think, is my grandfather purchased the land and built the property here as one of many projects of a serial entrepreneur. He went from being a doctorate in dentistry and a practicing dentist for many years to turning into golf courses, health clubs, bowling alleys, FECs, anything he could get his hands on or talk his buddies into investing with him in. So this is one of the few remaining recreational centers, and it's a process. I mean, you start out really young and you're getting into the family business and you're wandering around, and at first you're just, my dad had a joke growing up where when you walk into these businesses as one of us, you're the SOB, you're the son of the boss. And that comes with it some good and bad things. But, we learned pretty early on. My grandfather and my dad and my parents made us work pretty early and low in the totem pole, I think, to learn the facility and learn how things grow up. So we've been through customer service. We've been through working with mechanics, snack bar, everything you can think of. Dear God, I've made so many pizzas at snack bar. But now my official title is CIO and a managing officer. So I'm one of the managing officers here, along with my brother and my father. It's the good part is I get to work with the family I get along with very well every day. The rough part, I think, would just be through the process of time, and to my credit of both my grandfather and my father, they have been very diligent about letting us kind of learn and figure it out. And some mistakes, some of them less expensive than others, but you learn through the process. That's how you got to do it. Otherwise, you never feel like it's your responsibility.
Right. That's a sting a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, right. Failure is the critical part of the learning process. So they were a good guide in that process to help us along the way. But they've done a great job on the other end of the spectrum, which is if you have 30, 40, 50 years of experience in this industry, it's easy to resist change, right? It's easy to get stuck in the ways you've done things forever. And they haven't. They have trained us the same way and said, hey, you're going to go out, you're going to go to college, you're going to learn a bunch of things, bring them back. Help us figure out what we need to do differently than we've been doing, and at least give us an idea. So being able to walk into something and being willing to learn from it has been good for, I think, both sets of generations in this.
Right.
It's been fun. It's rough times. COVID was a real interesting bit, but it's been good. And these days we just wrapped up. May was a little bit slower. I think April was starting to slow down, but the January, February, and March were all-time record highs for the company. So we are bounced back. We're doing okay.
Hey, did you like this video? Great. We make 10 of them a week. Subscribe to learn more and keep learning about what's working in the industry. Talk to you then.